Hello and welcome to The Explainer. Let's talk about the classroom. Does it sometimes feel less like a well-oiled machine for learning and more like, well, just chaos? Today, we're going to dig into how you can take that never-ending to-do list and really transform your teaching using Google Workspace.
If you're a teacher, I bet this question feels a little personal. It's that feeling, right? That constant hum of anxiety in the back of your mind that your to-do list is multiplying on its own. You're not alone in that. It's a totally draining feeling. Okay, so let's just get real for a second. That feeling of being overwhelmed, it's not just in your head. It comes from a very real, very specific set of challenges that just about every teacher is dealing with right now. I mean, just think about your day. You're juggling a mountain of digital files. You've got a constant flood of emails and messages from students, parents, admin, all while the clock is just ticking away. And on top of that, you're supposed to be tracking student growth, giving meaningful feedback, and planning lessons that are actually fun and engaging. It is a lot.
So often, technology can feel like just another one of those problems, right? One more app to learn, one more password to forget. But what if we could flip that whole idea on its head? What if tech could actually be the solution? That's the huge possibility we're going to unpack.
So where do we even begin with a transformation like that? Well, our first big learning goal is all about getting efficient. It's about streamlining all those administrative tasks so you can finally get some of your time and your sanity back. And this right here, this is the whole point. This is so important. The goal isn't just to have a color-coded calendar for the sake of it. It's about clearing out the clutter, the busy work, so that you can pour all that saved energy back into what you love, which is teaching and connecting with your students. So how do you actually do that? Well, it's a pretty straightforward four-step system. First, you get everything into one place in Google Drive. Then you start automating your emails with templates. Your calendar becomes your command center, and your to-do lists actually talk to your other tools. It's a complete, connected workflow that's built to save you time.
Okay, so once you've got your admin stuff sorted out, that's when the real fun starts. You've freed up all this mental space. This brings us to learning goal number 2, using that new energy to make your classroom way more dynamic and collaborative.
And this quote just nails it. Think about it. Collaboration doesn't have to be, okay, everyone huddle around this one desk for 10 minutes. It can happen in real time on a shared document, or it can happen when one student is working from home. It makes teamwork actually work.
And here's what that shift really looks like. You go from static paper worksheets to assignments that students can actually interact with inside Google Docs. A lecture from the front of the room becomes a conversation with polls in Google Slides. It's a fundamental change in the entire energy of a lesson. All right, our third learning goal. Now this, for me, is where things get really, really powerful. This is about using data, not just for grading, but for truly understanding where your students are and helping them grow. But not data in that, another spreadsheet kind of way. The whole point here is to ditch the grunt work. We want to stop spending hours manually typing in scores. Let the technology do the boring collection part so we can spend our brain power on the important part, figuring out what it all means. And the workflow here is beautiful in its simplicity. You whip up a quiz in Google Forms, you push it out through Google Classroom, and then, here's the magic, the results automatically flow right into Google Sheets, all neat and organized. It's seamless. No more manual data entry. So after that quiz, you get this, a spreadsheet full of raw data. And yeah, the information is technically there, but trying to quickly see who's struggling or which question tripped everyone up, it's tough. It's just a wall of text and numbers.
But now watch this. With just a couple of clicks in Sheets, bam, that same wall of numbers turns into a crystal clear chart. Instantly, you can see the class average, your high flyer, and the student who might need a little extra help. Now that is data you can actually use to plan your next move. So you've got these 3 big ideas: streamlining your work, boosting engagement, and using data. But they aren't just separate skills you learn. think of them more like puzzle pieces that snap together to create one cohesive, powerful system for your classroom.
And what they create is what we call an integrated digital classroom. This isn't just about using a bunch of different apps. It's about having a connected ecosystem where everything works together to make your job easier and make learning better.
It really just boils down to this simple but incredibly powerful idea. All your tools, all connected, all working together to help you and your students.
So, after seeing all of this, what it can do for your time, for your students, for your own peace of mind, it really just leaves one question, doesn't it?
And maybe the best part of all, this isn't some massive semester-long commitment. Everything we've talked about today, every single one of these skills, can be learned and put into practice in a single, focused, 2-hour professional development session. That's it, 2 hours.
So I just want to leave you with this one final thought. Imagine for a second that this system is up and running in your classroom tomorrow. All that time you currently spend on busy work is suddenly yours again. What could you do with that time? What could you achieve for your students and for yourself?